You mentioned that I took a lot of the time and attention to dedicate myself to the internal work. And, I've been blessed and really lucky in a certain way to be surrounded with certain people at the very early stages of my career and my life that have directed me into this direction of self-care, of holistic approach, of multidisciplinary approach to the preparation, to the prevention, to the recovery, both physical, mental, emotional. And at that time, because I was so young, I didn't understand that. And it didn't need to be explained to me in depth at that point. I trusted, my tennis mother, as I like to call her. She passed away 13 years ago, but she was the one that really introduced this holistic concept to me. I was going, obviously to school, and then I was only 9 years old and 9, 10, and I was training with her maybe 2 or 3 times a week individually, tennis, and then I would have group sessions. And my parents were trusting her enough to allow her to participate directly into my upbringing, basically. So she also educated me off the tennis court as well. So she took me very often, at least 2 times per week, to her house, where we would look at the tapes of all the greats, both male and female tennis players. That's where my impersonation started. People, still to this day ask me, when are you going to do the impersonations? And, I haven't done it. I've done it early in my career, and it was fun. It was viral and people liked it. And then I received a little bit of an evil looks in the locker room, and I kind of felt like, maybe I'm stepping over the line. So that's why I stopped. But that's where it started. And I was like, I was really trying to adapt all of the great things that I could see. And I have a kind of a photogenic memory, and I'm a very visual person. And that was something that was kind of expected, that is kind of common as well, what you do with kids, or with young athletes, right? You watch videotapes, you try to analyze, you try to talk. But then she had me listen to classical music, and she said, it's very important that you do that almost on a daily basis. Listen to classical music while you are writing your journal, while you are, preparing for bed, or any time of the day, but particularly those times. And, I liked it.